this, the last best hope of man on earth. Or we will sentence them to take the first step in 1,000 years of darkness. If we fail, at least let our children and our children's children save us. We've justified our brief moment here. We did all that could be done. Fellow activists, I'm here to tell you that our rendezvous with destiny has arrived. Now is the time to stand up and fight to preserve America, which is truly the last best hope of man on earth. And each one of us has been chosen to play a part in the future of our nation. One way that I have personally gotten involved with this fight is by writing about important issues facing our nation, such as abortion, healthcare, immigration, and national defense. I wrote my first article at 17, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Since that first article, I've published articles in my local newspaper, become an editorial writer for my student newspaper, and also started a blog called One Girl Revolution that has grown to over 11,000 readers. People haven't always been nice about it. I was blessed with a very supportive family, but my opinions and views have definitely made me a target over the past few years. I've been vilified in countless anonymous posts on my local paper's website. I've been called many different names, some of which cannot be repeated. But here's a sampling. When I criticize Obama, I'm called a racist. When I defend Sarah Palin and Michelle Bachmann, I'm called stupid. When I support the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, I'm called a warmonger. And when I try to reveal the truth about Obamacare, I'm called a liar. I've been ridiculed by my fellow students on campus and even mocked by professors. But I don't regret a single word that I have written. I learned very quickly that many times when you stand up for what you believe in, you end up standing alone. Oftentimes you won't be patted on the back and told good job. You'll be called names and made fun of. But even when you stand alone, never forget, America is worth it. A few summers ago, I had the privilege to intern with my Senator David Vitter here in Washington, D.C. And one of my favorite things that I got to do was give tours of the U.S. Capitol building. To walk through those hallowed halls, one gets the feeling of being a part of history. You can almost see the great men of our past walking alongside of you, and you can definitely feel the patriotic spirit of the countless men and women who have sacrificed their lives that we may be free. The looks on the faces of both children and adults as I showed them their spectacular surroundings was beautiful to observe. I would show them statues and paintings of presidents and statesmen such as Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and Louisiana's own Huey P. Long. They oohed and awed over the statues and paintings, and they were fascinated by the whisper spot. And they were enamored with the famous graffiti corridors, with their painstakingly detailed walls and brightly tiled mosaic floors. But just above the hand-painted Renaissance-style walls were two blank stretches of wall that most people ignored. You see, these spots were left blank by the painter graffiti on purpose. He knew that there were going to be great men and women that would come after him and do things for this country that deserved to be recognized. And he wanted to leave those people a place to be recognized for their contributions. So they remained blank, waiting for someone to come along and do something worth remembering. To some people, those two spaces are just another wall, but to me they represent hope. Hope for the future of our nation. The best days of America are still to come, and any one of us could be the person who rises above expectations to make a difference. So when things get rough and I feel like giving up, I think of these blank spaces and the hope for our nation's future that they represent. It is that hope that continues to inspire me to keep going and to keep fighting for the future of our great nation. There are many ways you can help determine America's future, whether it's volunteering on campaigns, starting a conservative blog, or attending events like these, or even making the decision to run for office yourself. It is, no matter what you do to get involved, it's imperative that you do so, or we will truly be sentencing our future generations to 1,000 years of darkness. In conclusion, I think that writer Carl Sandburg said it best. I see America not in the setting sun or of a black night of despair ahead of us. I see America in the crimson light of a rising sun, fresh from the burning creative hand of God. I see great days ahead, great days possible to men and women of will and vision. And I personally have a feeling that many of those men and women are in this room with me today. Thank you. LSUS University.
Thank you. Very good.